Welcome to Updated Autopsy Report, a podcast from Yotze Ben and Friends where we read and watch the inspirations behind Ace Attorney. I'm your host, Ben, and with me today is Dessy.
Hello.
And two good friends of ours, Tiago.
Yo.
And Rose.
Hi.
We're all longtime fans of Ace Attorney. We hope that through our perspectives, it'll reveal new details and provide interesting commentary for all the media we discuss. Our intro music is by Lace, and you can find all her other work at leiss.bandcamp.com. Today, we are discussing the 1972 Columbo TV movie, Short Fuse.
Hell yeah.
If you are familiar with Columbo, especially season 1 in particular, you might say, well, there's a lot of other bangers in season 1. Why would you go for Short Fuse? And that's because Shu Takumi specifically called this one out as one of his favorites.
Also, this one's also a banger.
We moved that one up the ranking a bit.
A banger because it's a Short Fuse as well.
I like this episode a lot.
Yeah, Tiago also loves this
This
episode.
is one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing, Tiago. I'm just going to let you know, your opinion amongst, the Columbo fandom, I suppose, or however you want to put it, is a little contrary to, the mainline opinion. This one is generally held down near the bottom of season 1's episodes as far as how much people like it.
There's not a lot of Columbo in this episode comparatively.
Well, that's because Roddy...
I mean, I've never personally felt too harsh on it myself either.
The ending was funny.
But
it's funny.
There is some interesting behind the scenes stuff for this one. In our previous 2 Columbo episodes, we did get into some of the backstory and production for Columbo. So if you want all those details, I would say go back and listen to those episodes. We've done 2 other Columbo episodes so far. But right after Blueprint for Murder, which is the episode that Falk himself directed, what happened was Universal asked for 2 more episodes additionally on top of the original order. And so they had to squeeze 2 more episodes in at the end of their shooting schedule. And so one of those was Blueprint for Murder and the other one was Short Fuse. Peter Falk obviously directed Blueprint for Murder, and it was crazy time for him because he had not directed before, and he realized had to have all these answers. They were filming on a construction site, which was a real construction site and was changing from day to day. So there was a lot of times when they were like, oh, we want to shoot from this angle, and the construction worker would come up and say, hey, buddy, if you're going to shoot, you better do it now because that's going to be gone tomorrow.
Damn.
Wow.
So they did all that, and it actually worked out pretty well. And then they started right into production on Short Fuse because Peter Falk had a trip, and he was going to be heading out on a certain date, and they had to be done by that date, right? They had a similar crew working on this one. Again, they actually got Ed Abrams to direct this one. He was an editor on some of the previous episodes of Columbo for season 1 here. And they said, well, you did such a great job at editing those episodes. Would you like to try your hand at directing? And he said, hell yeah. Even though the script was turned around very quick, they only had 2 weeks to get it done. And so they didn't have as much time on the polish compared to other episodes. But, I think Ed Abrams, by all reports, he did a really good job on the set. I'm pulling a lot of my data here from Shooting Columbo, the book Shooting Columbo, which has been an excellent resource. I cited it on previous Columbo episode we covered as well. So if you are interested in a lot of those details, it's a great place to get all that. So I just want to let everybody know that's where that's coming from.
We're citing our sources.
Yes.
I'm
trying
Bibliography
to
written.
I was just...
Nobody send the world's greatest detective after us, please.
Because he was an editor already on those previous episodes, he brought that skill set to this episode and did not have to shoot nearly as many takes he would go, nah, I know what I'm going to need in the editing room, so I'm going to shoot this, 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 and this, and then we're going to be good to go. He also knew that Peter Falk had a habit of wanting to do lots of takes and try different tweaks on the lines, be like, well, what if I come in and say it more like this, or what if I do it like this? And he knew that was Falk's tendency. So thankfully, they had the deadline looming. He already knew what he wanted, and they were able to rush him through a lot of it and get it done quicker as a result. Additionally, I don't know if anybody noticed this, but there are quite a few long, wide shots, right? Some from like a big distance. Them on the cart when they're driving around the chemical factory and stuff like that.
It's a lot of shots that started zoomed in and then pulling way back.
Yeah, lots of shots like that. This was intentional. I noticed this when we were watching the episode, and I noticed that they were ADR'd. They were dubbed in later. They reread their lines over the actual shoot because presumably they were shot from too far away to get the boom mics in, right? So that was intentional. He wanted to shoot it this way because he was like, well, we're going to shoot it, say your lines the way they're written on the script, and then we'll go in and dub them in later. There's no chance to change your line then at that point when you get into the recording booth. You're like, well, that's just how it's got to be.
Or you can do a bunch of different takes.
But we don't record.
And we'll just pick the one you like best, and it saves us a lot of time.
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
So,
that's a lot of forethought.
Real quick, sure. I just looked up the episodes in season 1. This isn't even the worst episode of season 1. I'd argue the one where the fucking guy is dating the fucking sibling of the victim to be a worst episode. I like this episode. It's pretty good. It's the grooviest episode of season 1.
He's defending this episode's honor.
I watched this episode with my roommate who recently rewatched all of season 1 of Columbo, which I did not partake in because I was going to watch for the podcast. He was like, yeah, I like this one a lot. But fuck the killer. This guy is so great to hate on. I hate this piece of shit. What a disgusting person. I'm so glad he got caught.
The thing about Roddy McDowall, the actor who plays him this time around, is that like he is very good at being a character on his own. Like he himself like kind of does enough of a job of like being the protagonist of the story, in which that like Columbo is actually like almost the antagonist in a way where fucking.
It's just like I don't know. I know a guy is like he would act kind of like that. Like I went to college with some of them. Like this is a real guy, and he's getting on my real nerves.
Yeah, he's annoying as shit, but like I kind of love that he's annoying as shit. This is one of my favorite episodes. This is like the episode that made me realize how like deep I was in love with Columbo. Short Fuse is fantastic from an editing standpoint. Musical choice, which is just like I don't know, public domain boogie number 2.
Well, not all of it was. A lot of it was composed for this show.
It was a very funky episode because the killer was a very
70s music episode. Yes.
Exactly, I loved it. The breakdown at the end is fantastic. Columbo himself does a pretty good job on his own scenes because it's his goddamn show. It's great.
Yeah. Do you want me to do the summary?
Sure.
Yes,
okay.
please.
Like, oops, we didn't.
Short Fuse.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Sorry. I
was trying to be normal.
I know.
I'll take another one from the top.
No, we'll include it in the recording though.
In Short Fuse, Roddy McDowall plays Roger Stanford, the heir to a chemical plant. And he's not thrilled that his uncle, David D.L. Buckner, wants to sell off the company. He's also not thrilled that Uncle D.L. is willing to blackmail him to get him and his aunt to agree to the sale. So he does what any eccentric chemical genius does. He rigs an exploding cigar box in his uncle's car, scattering his body and vehicle across the L.A. mountainside. Columbo, of course, appears to investigate, and while initially an accidental gas tank explosion is surmised to be the reason for the crash, he quickly notices Roger's odd behavior and begins to suspect foul play. As he investigates, Roger continues to play the act of the company playboy and little rascal while trying to point Columbo in the wrong direction. However, after much effort, definitive evidence hasn't yet emerged, so Columbo plays a trump card based on his suspicions. Bringing the recently fired Vice President Everett Logan along with him, Columbo invites Roger onto a cable car up the mountain where the car exploded. He reveals a cigar box and claims that it came from the crash unharmed. So don't worry, Roger. It was the gas tank that exploded. No foul play at all. He jostles and slaps the box excitedly, then cracks it open, making Roger sweat bullets as he assumes they're all about to explode. He cracks, breaks down, and desperately tries to throw the cigars out of the cable car. Of course, this is actually a duplicate box with no explosives, and Columbo and Logan watch in disbelief as the gambit works. Roger cackles away, realizing his mistake, and we cut to credits.
God, so good. Such a great episode.
I will say this is
great breakdown.
Yeah, I will say this
Fantastic villain breakdown.
It's really, this episode is like, I don't know. I'd say this episode's like a 6 or a 7 out of 10 to me up until the breakdown point, which pushes it over into great for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
That breakdown is really, really good. And I can see so many things in this episode that are like, oh yeah, I can see exactly what Takumi is pulling from this that he likes in this episode. The very first scene that we see of Roger, of him making the bomb, feels so much like an early Ace Attorney case, animatic, right? I can just see it in my mind, the sprites like sliding left and right, you know, very maybe tiny, a small bit of animation of his face being lit up. Like I can just picture it, how it would be storyboarded in my mind. And so it feels very much like that. There's also some editing choices in here that are interesting, with like the quick cuts to the explosions while he's working on the bomb, or the cuts to all the lightning and everything while they're driving on the, you know, slick mountain roads later before the bomb goes off. So there's lots of like, I don't know what you want to call it, like stochastic, or is that the right word? Stochastic editing there, in which you know, things are just kind of flashing occasionally.
In regards to the opening scene where he's developing the bomb, there's a lot of cuts where like it shows just his hands and the tools being used to make the bomb, the reference to the clock, that like a quick cut to like a bomb exploding, in which that like, yeah, that is the pre-Ace Attorney, the Ace Attorney preview, in which you see how the killer kills the victim and all that stuff. And it's so good. But like, I think Roddy McDowall's character is the thing that really delivers there for me, because he's the most animated Columbo villain I can think of. He is a Batman villain in a Columbo episode. It's so strange. Because, like, let's be real. Killing him with an exploding cigar is kind of an insane maneuver to do in real life. And he actually pulls
Bugs Bunny ass.
Exactly. The very beginning of the show, after the preview, shows him driving into the chemical plant, which is like straight up out of it. Saying the words chemical plant makes it very difficult for me not to think of either A, Kamen Rider, or B, a Sonic the Hedgehog level. So like the fact that most of the episode takes place on this chemical plant, and I believe it's a plant where we never come back to record here anyway, it's pretty sick. Sorry, I feel like I'm gushing about this episode. I really like it. Oh, man.
Yeah, no, they found I forget, I had it here, I thought in my notes where they found the chemical plant, but yeah, they you know, basically signed up and said, hey, can we film here at your actual chemical plant? And they were like, yeah, no worries. Make us a star.
There is a fantastic moment in which that like Columbo is talking to I don't even remember his original name. His name is Roger, because the actor's name is Roddy. There it is. He is talking to Roger's character while walking down a chemical plant about how he sucks at chemicals. And then Roger's like, hey, Columbo, can you not light your cigarette here? We might all go up in flames. And he goes, oh, yeah, of course. And then, like, just a couple more flights down, he pulls out the cigar and smokes it anyway.
Columbo.
It's kind of fantastic because it shows immediately in that scene that he does not believe in Roger. because he disregarded his warning. So, like, I feel like there's already the seed of, like, oh, yeah, I already think whatever you're saying is bullshit. Even if it meant at the cost of his own fucking life, apparently. Oh, God. I felt very bad for the secretary in this episode. She was the one who I think was taken advantage of the most, unfortunately. Because Roger needed a patsy to make some very complicated scheme go off.
Yep. And honestly, like, you know it's gonna happen because the first fucking thing he does when he appears on screen is he sprays all these poor secretaries with silly string.
Mm-hmm.
And gets it all in their hair, which you know how much, like, work you had to put in your hair those days. Like, all of these ladies' hairs are perfectly sprayed into these 70s hairdos, and it's like, ugh.
This bastard.
That's not coming out. Their hair does not move. And it's gonna be difficult to get that out of that.
Yeah.
The secretary, I don't remember her name in this episode, but she is someone who Roger is seeing on the side, and like
his My Chemical Romance.
What?
It's his My Chemical Romance.
Quietly.
It was so quietly. All I heard was My Chemical Romance, which
that's what I said.
Okay, well, where do
He's
I go
having a
from
romance
here?
in a chemical plant.
Okay. Yes, the chemical romance.
I've been sitting on that for like the past 10 minutes and waiting for somebody to bring her up.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I've goofed it, everybody, listeners. I'm not good at puns.
My favorite part about her is that she's constantly, like, bringing in facts that you don't get to see Roger do, but, like, is told, like, oh, Roger, you got rid of those pictures you took of me, right? And he goes, no, I developed them, and I have them in my desk. I can't wait to see them. They're definitely not safe for work, especially in a chemical plant.
Yeah, he's taken pictures, to be a bit of an ass and a scamp, but also for potential future blackmailing, question mark, as well?
He is so extremely Nepo baby. It's insane.
Oh, yeah, he is a Nepo baby.
Absolute Nepo baby behavior.
Do you know the name of the actor who played the Uncle Ben? Uncle DL?
Yeah, David Buckner. Yeah, he was played by James Gregory.
That motherfucker is the most 70s dude I've ever seen in my life. It's incredible. They chose the perfect uncle. He has such an uncle energy.
Yeah, you look at that guy and you're like, that's an uncle.
That's a dude who's gonna hand me a beer at the Barty. Barty?
He had some other big roles. He was in The Manchurian Candidate. He was in Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
I think Roddy McDowall was also in one of the Planet of the Apes, but I forgot which.
Yeah, Roddy McDowall was in Planet of the Apes as well. Yep.
They're all apes.
He was in the original one.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, there's like a whole subplot between like the uncle trying to sell off the chemical plant and the uncle had gotten blackmail on the little Roger because Roger is a bit of a scamp who goes out gambling and fucks up a lot of things.
Now, the uncle summons, Roger into his office to reveal that he's got this blackmail and tell him, like, listen, you're going to go talk to your aunt tonight. You're going to tell her you've decided to agree to the sale as well. And when you tell her that, you're going to convince her as well to go along with it, okay? And he's like, all right, fine, uncle. Playing along because he knows he's got his plan in motion as well. Mm-hmm. But to do all this blackmailing, the uncle has his chauffeur / assistant, Quincy, who we only get a small amount of time with, but Quincy's fucking cool as hell.
Quincy rocks. I love Quincy.
He's got like 3 lines where he just delivers like the evidence or whatever, of like, here's this incident. And Roger's like, good work, Quincy. I see you've been doing your homework. And Quincy just silently nods and smirks. It's a lot of characterization for a small part, and it's kind of fun.
He does not say a lot, but what he says matters. And it's fantastic. I'm disappointed that Quincy had to die there. It was a real bummer. I miss him.
Yeah, but like a cool side character, like former cop, like turned private investigator, chauffeur, like what was going on? We'll never
Yeah.
know.
There was
Could have had his own little spin-off if you wanted.
Oh God, there was an episode. There's a part of the episode where like they go into Quincy's desk and he has like a picture of him sitting on the beach with some girl, and I'm like, shit. Tell me more about that. I want to know more. Give me more.
Can't wait. He seems cool. Come back.
Roger has a complicated plot after the death of his uncle, in which he tries to blame one of the other executives for being a potential murder suspect by planting evidence and accusations of Quincy. I say Quincy because I'm from Massachusetts. Quincy
Investigating him as well.
And also like suspecting that Quincy is going to like sell this information to other executives. So there's a lot of like corporate espionage, and at one point Columbo says, I don't really get all this corporate stuff, which is why it doesn't get brought up a lot. I feel like that's for the viewer to be like, hey everybody, there's corporate espionage going on. Don't think about it too hard though. This is about the exploding cigar.
Yeah, I mean, given that we know that this episode was written in 2 weeks, I think that's some of like the stuff that would normally get hammered out if you had a little bit more time, is you'd make all that stuff clearer if it was important, or you'd cut it if it wasn't important, right? And instead we still have a few of these little weird extraneous bits. There's also the bit where Columbo starts asking about Roger's family history, and it's used as a point that Columbo wants to know what he would inherit, right? If his uncle died, right? Would that be a motive? And Roger's like, come on, Columbo, I wouldn't inherit a single cent, and all that. But he does also mention the insane line of, oh yeah, my parents died when I was very young in a freak chemical explosion. Also making you wonder, damn, did he kill his parents when he was a kid? Because he's blowing people up left and right in this.
Yeah.
It's like, did he do? And again, that's probably a line that would have either gotten cut in a second, round of edits. If you had more time, go, okay, we don't actually need this little like tease about maybe he's actually been doing this for longer or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Or you do make it important because you're like, okay, we actually do want to drill down on this.
Oh God!
And instead, it's just a one-off line that made me go, "Huh? What's going on there?"
Things that make you go, "Huh?"
Yeah, they just like a lot of things about Roger's character is discussed through interviews from Columbo. In fact, they're like, "Oh yeah, you got a PhD, right?" It's like, "Yeah, I got my PhD before I was 21 in chemistry. I also have this."
Once again, the Takumi recipe, prodigy.
Prodigy. Smart.
We are really told that Roger is a genius. We're not really shown.
I think we're shown in the fact that like he plans all of this and like he is still
bratty nepo baby. That's all we're shown.
He's still playing the fool though, and he knows he's playing the fool.
Yes, he is playing the fool for sure.
I do like a character who like Shakespeare style like turns to the audience, the camera, and goes, "I shall play the fool."
Yeah.
Because like again, like maybe it's just my history of like reading the awful lot of Shakespeare and like all that stuff, but like there's something so nice about just that specific trope where it's like I'm smart and I'm gonna do a funny little like look at me go. I'm gonna make something happen here by being an idiot, and I like that.
He follows Columbo around a lot during the investigation at the chemical plant, and there's a specific scene where the secretary's like, Roger, do you know what the hell's going on? And he just like looks at her and just goes, I don't know, and then just fucking turns around. And meanwhile, she's like, I'm losing my mind. Was I just accused of murder? It's fantastic. He plays like the perfect. A lot of killers are like contrarian to Columbo and also try to avoid him, but he's actively like with him, going like, "Hey man, look at this weird shit. Isn't that crazy?"
Yeah.
There's also like his overall scheme is pretty, I think, decent at the end, where like he breaks into Quincy's a safe house. We don't even know if it's really Quincy's safe house. He just calls it Quincy's safe house. And, like,
I mean, it has the photo of him there.
Oh yeah, true. Plants a house, like evidence there suggesting that he's going to betray DL, and like waits purposely so that the police show up so that he can fake a getaway to make it seem like the only thing he was interested in was photos that he himself planted. Like, that is such a fucking Ace Attorney-esque plot that, like...
What a fun guy.
Yeah, exactly. This straight up is like, yeah, we're breaking down his testimony, and then fucking... I can imagine Phoenix going like, but wait, why did you wait there for the cops? You didn't need to. You could have gotten out.
Oh, but he's so bumbling. He just took him longer to find it.
Oh,
Aha.
God, exactly. He also does kind of remind me of Larry.
Oh. Larry is better than this.
Yes.
Yeah, because he's actually
Not
stupid.
a lot, maybe, but he's better than this.
I think it's a side grade.
Larry's never murdered anyone,
Larry's not killing people.
As we've proved.
I guess we have proved that literally in a court of law several times.
On many occasions.
Yeah, you're right. He's not a murderer. I just think that sometimes Larry needs to be beaten to death. Sorry, I just remember the fact that did Larry eat the gelato where there was like a corpse inside of?
What?
Do you remember that they had the body frozen in the museum or whatever?
I didn't follow. I'm sorry.
No, it's all
Larry
good.
eat the gelato with the dead body in it.
Did Larry eat the gelato?
That's right. I remember this now. Yes, I remember.
That was
this
the most
now.
sincere what I've ever heard in my life.
Cut that one out and put it on the soundboard. What? Yeah. I think almost everybody there took a little sampling, huh?
Yeah, I feel like they must have.
I want gelato now. Fuck you.
Okay.
I want my gelato, but no dead body. Please hold the dead body.
But it's almost Halloween.
Actually, really fun Halloween idea. Make like gelato, but with like a little corpse inside of it. Not a real corpse.
Oh my gosh. I could throw the cutest Ace Attorney Halloween party if I had money.
Alright, what if we get...
I was trying to realize... I'm really sorry, Rose. I don't want to take away from your Ace Attorney Halloween party, but I was just trying to think of what in the world the whole gelato dead body thing was making me think of, because I was like, there's something about this that has happened before, and then I realized all I was thinking of was the fucking mellified man.
the what?
Oh no.
What is the...
That's what I was thinking.
Hey, sincere, what's the mellified man?
Thank you for asking, Tiago, because I don't fucking know either.
I don't think this was ever real, but the idea would be like that people when they're about to die would eat a whole bunch of honey, nothing but honey until they die. And then you put them into a coffin with more honey to turn them into a honey mummy, which then is supposedly going to be good medicine. It would have, like the ooze would have medicinal properties.
This is cannibal honey.
Because people used to, I was just reading about this actually, people used to think, like, they would, like, take, like, Egyptian mummified remains, just now the like, more appropriate term for it, and, grind them up into dust, and use them as medicine,
among other things.
But they would also make paint out of it, so mummy brown is a color that used to straight up have ground up mummy in it.
A lot of rich people used to eat mummy too, so.
Yes, just like, oh, this will heal my, like, oh, you know, whatever. It was a snake oil, but
yeah.
Welcome everybody to Updated Mummy Report.
Hey, listen, I work at a museum. I know some shit.
Oh, you're not supposed to wait. I guess we did.
I've already revealed that I've worked at a museum.
My fault. I was just trying to protect your integrity. My apologies.
Yeah. I was calling on the assistance of the people of Boston, and I thank them for their assistance. And our new contract is overall, I think, a pretty solid contract. So.
Yippee!
Hell yeah.
So, hors
Unionized
d'oeuvres
workplace.
at the Halloween Ace Attorney party.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And also little unionized workplace flyers.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Okay. Yeah.
Just for fun.
What
were we talking about?
Oh my god. Do you think
Columbo, right?
Yes,
the mountainside shots, all those scenes were shot at the Palm Springs aerial tramway. It had recently just been used for an episode of the Mission Impossible TV show.
Cool.
And so they said, well, how about we frame the finale there? And so then this tramway was closed to the public on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So they had 2 days to do their work. So they crammed it in there as best they could. And they got everything filmed within about 2 days, is my understanding. There you go.
2 days?
Yep.
Holy cow.
I mean, this episode was filmed over 10 days total.
Mm-hmm.
It was a tight schedule. They filmed it from September, they basically, I don't know the exact dates that they started and finished, but the hard date was September 15th.
Mm-hmm.
For Peter Falk. That was when he had to be out in New York for his show, for his stage performance, I believe, on Broadway. And so, yeah, so they were like, you got 10 days.
Wait.
2 of those days are at the park.
Pretty impressive.
Peter Falk was on Broadway?
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's a man of many talents.
Yeah, it was, let's see here. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. I'm pulling up my notes here again.
There's a solid chance that I already knew about this. I just completely forgot.
Yeah, I think we might have talked about it last time. The Prisoner of Second Avenue was the show he was doing there. I remember because this is also, again, from Shooting Columbo, and I'm just going to read this verbatim here. Critics roundly hailed Columbo as the best new show of the season. The audience grew week by week. Comedians began working Columbo impressions into their sets. Columbo mania was exploding, but the reaction was arguably too much for Falk. After each performance of The Prisoner of Second Avenue, he'd meet with reporters and well-wishers after the show who expressed very little interest in his stage performance. When people come backstage, they don't talk about the play. It's Columbo, 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 Falk moaned. I'm going nuts.
Suffering from success.
So he films all these shows. They start airing on TV. They're blowing up, and he's doing his stage production, and everybody comes backstage, and they're like, Peter Falk, forget that shit you just did on stage. How's Columbo doing? What do you think about Columbo? Which, I can get why he would be annoyed at that.
That's really funny, actually. Poor man. No one asked Roddy how he was doing on Columbo. My goat, killer.
Roddy McDowell's has an entirely, he has like his own history in Hollywood, entirely beyond Columbo.
Oh yeah,
this is like a footnote in his career.
The most I know about Roddy's career is that he was in Fright Night. And Fright Night's like a fantastic movie. He played it's so strange to see him in Fright Night because he's playing like an elderly man, and you can see the elderly man makeup on him. And it's like, I just saw you be like a young, suave bachelor like an hour ago. This is not the same guy.
Yeah, what's going on?
What's going on? Oh god, this episode rules. This is one of my favorites. I really enjoy the scheme that Roger plans even post the murder to solidify his own innocence. And all it takes is the sacrifice of everyone around him. His secretary, the executive who taught him how to be okay, his aunt who he definitely betrayed several times over.
It's so funny when he, after the information gets to her about, DL's supposed cheating, right? That he, with the whole framing from Quincy's apartment and everything, and he hugs her afterwards, and she's like, "You knew?" And he's like, "Yeah, I just wanted to protect you." And he just fucking hugs her and looks directly at the camera with a ain't I a stinker.
It's so good. Look. It's so good. He's Looney Tunes. It's fantastic.
He's having a real good time here.
It's the most like joy a killer in Columbo gets out of like getting away with it. No one else is like fucking lighting cigars. Dude, he smokes a cigar after his uncle leaves in the fucking limo with the cigar bomb. He's at the groovy club hanging out with his girlfriend, looking at his watch, thinking to himself, I think my uncle just blew up. And Quincy, a bystander.
Yeah, he's like partying at the disco club to set up his alibi, and there's some lady in a cage dancing.
It's go-go
and
music.
She's got some kind of knockoff, like they grabbed a costume out of like the Planet of the Apes closet or out of the Star Trek closet, and they're like, hey, just put this on.
He probably had that shit on him.
He did have one thing on him, that blue shirt that he wears when he's hanging out with Columbo and the other secretary. That blue like leopard print, like animal print pattern shirt that he's wearing is his. That's Roddy McDowell's shirt.
Wait, that's
that he
his
just
personal
wore.
shirt? That's so funny.
His personal shirt. Now, the skin tight blue pants that he's wearing.
Dude, we see the whole hog.
You see the whole dick print.
From tip to tail. From tip to tail.
It's scandalous.
I gotta say, knowing Roddy...
Were they allowed to show that on TV back then?
I'm glad that this is an equal opportunity show. Columbo, we're like, we'll sexify any character, including the killer, who, for some reason, when he needs to take important documents with him, he just shoves it in his pants. Like, at the front. It's the weirdest part. Yeah. What's up with that part? He's a weird guy. But he's such... Oh, God, I love that he's so weird about it. He's like the weirdest killer. Don't quote me on that. There's probably weirder killers out there. Not in...
You as a horror movie watcher could probably think of at least one or two.
I was trying not to think about outside the context of Columbo when I said that sentence. And I realized that now that I should have said, in the context of Columbo, he is the weirdest killer. But outside of Columbo, I don't know, Chucky's out there. I mean, fucking... like... Yeah, you know what I meant. You knew that I meant killers parentheses Columbo.
We understand context.
Yeah.
We understand context.
I mean, listen,
I'm the bad guy for pointing it out.
Us in this room. The wider internet, though, who knows?
True. That is true. A lot of things.
And we love our freaks.
That's probably an inspiration to Takumi was simply, I gotta make more freaks. I gotta have some real goddamn weirdos out there. Some of these killers are a little too normal.
You want to get good at something? Just become a freak.
True. Honestly, I trust a freak with my life. If I'm in the trenches and there's a normie and a freak, I'm getting next to the freak.
Okay.
I can't believe you let me say that sentence and just fucking move on.
What am I supposed to say after that sentence?
Okay. Tiago speaking for real here. I was about to say something that was about the current political climate. We gotta move on. Ben, say something, literally anything to distract me.
Well, I have another quote from Shooting Columbo, which I also thought was kind of funny, which was again about the director. Although it was his first directing assignment, Abrams became one of the few Columbo directors to shoot an episode on schedule. So like I said, this was 10 days, and this dude came in here and he knocked it out of the fucking park. They were like, you did great editing, dude. Come on in, do an episode. And then he just said, yeah, done. Easy. As an elite film cutter, he knew exactly what he had gotten when he needed on film and did not feel a need for a third or 13th, parentheses, editorial, me speaking now, as Falk is wont to do, take. He also had a trick for getting the action moving, giving Falk fewer opportunities to dwell on each line and request additional takes. He shot a number of scenes, like I said earlier, from great distances and had Falk and McDowell record their dialogue later. It didn't hurt that Falk knew he had a hard deadline to make his Broadway rehearsals and was also preoccupied with checking in on post-production for Blueprint for Murder. So he had a lot of things going his way, but still, one of the few Columbo directors to shoot an episode on schedule. No. Otherwise, Falk would often get his way here and ask for additional shooting, additional takes. and just he really would love to get as many different versions of a shot as possible. And Abrams finally was able to get it all done there. So
that is incredible.
So yeah.
I can't believe that.
So it was kind of funny that worked out that way.
I kind of love that Falk is just like this omnipresent thing on the studio floor where he's like, we got to make sure this goes well the first time, otherwise we're gonna have to fucking break our backs. And then he would have to Columbo just walk around like, hey boys, I noticed the editing wasn't done right.
Well, that's the thing. He's very involved.
Yeah,
he's very involved in this production. I mean, it not only does it star him, he's essentially like an executive producer on it. Even though it's Levinson and Link's show, they were the ones who were making the final decisions along with Columbia. But like, Falk had a lot of sway, and he fought a lot with Columbia over certain things that he wanted done certain ways. So, like I said, we talked about some of that in previous episodes. So feel free to head on back there for more juicy details. And as we continue to go through other Columbo episodes, I'll try to pull up more of that as we go. But yeah, it made me laugh. And I don't know when else I'll be able to get it in here, so I might as well quote this last little bit here because this is for the end of season 1. So Levinson and Link obviously were the creators. Bochco was one of the writers. He wrote Murder by the Book, which we previously covered as well. And so during that year for the Emmys, the show got all 3 Emmy writing nominations. So every single Emmy writing nomination was a Columbo episode. It was Levinson and Link nominated for Death Lends a Hand, Bochco being nominated for Murder by the Book, and then Gillis being nominated for Suitable for Framing, which we also covered previously.
I love that one.
So Levinson and Link were convinced, this is me quoting now from Shooting Columbo, Levinson and Link were convinced that Bochco would win since they considered his script the strongest. Quoting from Bochco, Dick Levinson schmucked me. He kept saying, oh, you're gonna win. Yours is the best one. There's no question. And actually, I think it was the best one. It just happened to have my name on it. Bill and Dick, of course, had their thumbprints all over every word of it. So I went out and I bought a tuxedo with blue denim and blue velvet lapels. And of course they won, as they should have, because it was their show. They created it. No one was going to give a little, I don't know if this word is a slur or not. No one was going to give a little guy like me an Emmy. And I was devastated. That SOB, he conned me into thinking I was going to win.
Did you say guy?
I said a little guy instead. He said a different word. I just took
got
the word
it.
out.
Understood. Paraphrasing.
We don't want to be recording.
I didn't want
things.
to.
No, Ben. I completely understand.
I skipped a word just in case.
I understand. I just wanted to be sure that guy wasn't a slur.
No, guy's not a slur.
I know.
Guy is a slur. I'm fucked.
I'm boned. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Everybody, little guys.
I just wanted to double check. Listen. It's okay to paraphrase if it means you don't have to say a slur. You could take that down on the Tiago Notes of Wisdom. Okay. It's okay to paraphrase if it gets you out of saying a slur.
Yeah.
Thank you. Holy shit! That guy got a blue denim. So he got a Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah, apparently he got all ready for winning his Emmy because Levinson and Link told him he was gonna. They were certain he was gonna win, and then he didn't.
Aw, bummer, man. I wish you won so you got a reason to wear that suit again. I think it was because of the suit that you lost. I bet the guy was on stage and looked up and went, "Oh," and just said some other shit that was on the paper.
Yeah, what I'm more surprised is that Columbo got all 3 nominations for the writing. Like it just, no matter what, Columbo was gonna win. It was just which episode was gonna win for best writing, which is wild.
Can you tell me the name of the 3 episodes again, and the one that won?
Death Lends a Hand, Murder by the Book, and Suitable for Framing, and then Death Lends a Hand was the one that won.
Death Lends a Hand is the one that won? That's crazy, actually.
Yeah.
Wait, which one was that?
That It says something that I know the other two by name, but I don't know Death Lends a Hand.
The other two I remember. That's the
Death
one I don't.
Lends a Hand is the one with
Oh, the private detective.
Robert Culp is the main villain, and you might
You
recall
can name everybody in that show. If it's not Peter Falk, I'm not gonna fucking know who it is.
it has the iconic shot of Culp's sunglasses reflecting the murder as it's happening,
Mm-hmm.
and the murder superimposed into his sunglasses.
Maybe I didn't see this episode.
We definitely have. I'll send you some screenshots later.
I'm literally putting in the the poster of the kill right now. It's a good poster.
I don't remember this episode.
I remember this episode a lot because I believe it is the second episode of season 1. It's pretty early on. It's like
I've surely seen it, but I don't remember anything about it.
Columbo. The thing about Columbo is that he always takes on like a person of a different vocation every episode, and this is the time where he fought like a private detective, and that was like pretty early on.
Yeah.
So many episodes of Columbo are lost in my brain because I'm just too busy swooning over Peter Falk.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I know you, Des. I know you. Well, there's not an easy way out of this conversation, so I'm just gonna close the door and move on.
Okay.
Thanks.
I know you're thinking it was Starscream related, but that's okay.
Whoa, who said that? Wasn't, I'm looking around, wasn't me.
I'm looking around my desk with
Looking
my
around,
40 Starscreams.
Where'd I put that? That's interesting. I mean, I do think that episode's very good, especially with the editing. I actually like the iconic scene with the glasses. I think it's great when Columbo gets weird with it.
Yeah.
Columbo needs to get weird. If you write a murder story and it's visual, get weird with it. Do some weird shit. All right, murder's fucked up. I'm tired. I'm tired of gritty realism. You can tell that to Nolan. Just wanted to fire a bullet into a random crowd.
Fire a bullet randomly and catch Christopher Nolan with one.
Yeah,
sure.
why not? He deserves a couple strays.
So, I mean, I guess we should start to get into the finale here, which we kind of have talked a bunch about already because it's that good. But
there's
basically,
no reins
Columbo...
on Tiago right now. He's like a wild horse.
What do you mean?
You love this episode. You're just going ham.
I do love this episode a lot. I also just saw... Never mind. I'll bring this up after.
All right.
Not
Okay.
We're really getting
related.
loose. All right, listen. Listen. Columbo can't find any evidence. He can't get the solid final piece of evidence that he needs to pin Roger as the culprit. He's got a lot of circumstantial stuff. He's got a lot of weird stuff going on, but he can't pin it on him quite. So he's got to catch him in a mistake. And that's why he sets up this cigar box twist, essentially.
He even went so far as to put the singe marks on it.
Yeah, they dressed it up real nice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Columbo did that himself, or did he get the labbies to do that for him?
Nah,
I bet his wife did that.
the boys at the lab, they know.
Did it.
Okay, never
His
mind.
wife did it.
That's funnier.
She's a big fan of painting soot on stuff.
She's a big fan of framing people.
It's just very fun how he tricks him, and he at the very end, as he's laughing because he's having his villain breakdown, he takes his honors award from whatever fancy school he went to and just puts it on Columbo. And I just think that specifically
He puts it around his neck and pulls on it like a fucking Mardi Gras.
It reminds
necklace.
me so much of Ace Attorney. Obviously that game it's not really a way for a character to do that, but that's something that a character in Ace Attorney might do, I get it. I see the vision.
Throwing the coffee mug at Phoenix kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing the cell phone.
The what?
Yeah. Or throwing the wig.
Where he throws the cell phone and the cell phone piece. The
toupee.
cell phone JPEG spins.
Oh,
Yeah, God, we have to go back.
we can't just do Ace Attorney again. That's not. We've solved the mysteries. You know what we're gonna have to do
we're
now?
not gonna go back, but
I think it's very funny that
we have to go back to an age of video games where you could just rotate a JPEG.
I'm thinking
And everyone
about
was like, wow.
we're halfway through September of 2025 right now, which means the Nintendo Direct came out
God,
recently.
don't say that. Jesus Christ.
Hey, it's about to get worse.
My brother's wedding's coming up, and I still haven't bought my fucking attire yet.
The button that says "We play the Danganronpa games" is still lit. It's still a possibility.
We're covering that up for a little bit.
I don't. As long as I'm in control of this podcast, that button's never going to be hit.
So here's my plan for getting rid of Ben, and this is so I take control of the podcast.
Unionizing the podcast and ousting me.
Well, no, I'm just gonna give you a cigar. It's a normal cigar.
Oh, well, thank you. That's so kind of you.
All right, now
I love normal cigars.
Thank God, because this one's really normal.
Yeah, well, what I'm going to do here right now is I'm going to light it up right this instant and smoke it because I love normal cigars so much.
No, you're not going to smoke
me
a cigar in our house around our
Desmond's
cats.
not
All right.
gonna allow this.
It's fine. It's
fine.
so normal, though.
You get your ass outside.
All right,
It's not good
Rose.
for the kitties.
Rose, in 60 seconds, this podcast is about to become different.
What?
Wait, you're taking me out too?
Oh, well, my internet's cutting out again. Oh, no.
Columbo brings out the best in all of us because we're becoming incredibly unhinged.
I had a rough ass day at work. I don't know about you guys.
I'm sweaty.
Tiago, why am I being murdered too?
Why was Quincy murdered?
You didn't account for me?
No, yeah, I did. I just knew that
Collateral damage? Is that what you're saying?
collateral damage.
Am I collateral damage to you?
Okay.
You're a lot more hurt by this than I thought by my bit, and now I can't get away with looking like a fun little jester if you're actually hurt in this way. So now I am...
No one wants to be collateral damage.
Okay, I don't know. Fine, I'm killing you on purpose then. How about that?
Yay.
Yay!
You're no longer collateral. It's intentional.
It's
Yay!
intentional! Yay! Do you feel better, Des?
No, because I'm not the prime target.
Oh my god!
Okay, we have to
They want to be the
assassinate
prime
I'm not even
target.
good
They
enough to
wanna
be the prime target.
Okay, Ben, give the cigar to Des. It's a normal cigar.
All right.
This is getting
throw
so
it to my-
complicated.
I throw the cigar to my wife, and it spins like a JPEG.
Yay!
Oh my god, I'm really glad that we're able to
so-
go to our play space for that one.
So I have a question about this finale.
Okay.
If Roger had thought rationally about the maneuver that Columbo's making, wouldn't he have remembered that on the voicemail that he and Columbo listened to together with his aunt, that they hear him open up the cigar case on the voicemail?
Didn't Columbo say that there was a different cigar box? Or that... I mean, he said that he was going to...
I'd have to look at the script again to remember if he says
We
specifically.
need to
that
review
there's another-
the testimony.
Because that was my thought. I was just like, wouldn't you have, if he had really, I realize I'm picking nits here,
Mhm.
but it's just, I was just thinking about it a little bit. It's like, if he had thought about it a little bit more carefully, the voicemail did feature his uncle opening up the cigar box. So thus you should know this has got to be a different cigar box.
Maybe the shock on the tram was enough to make him forget that information, especially since he's like 800 feet above the air.
Yeah, I mean,
2000?
I mean, I don't know. What if
Sometimes
it
people just forget.
exploded before? Like, what if it actually just exploded?
Cars explode?
Maybe.
Back then, sometimes.
I mean, that's their original theory, right? Is that they just bumped into a rock while they were going around, a turn and the gas tank exploded.
Wait, that's actually really scary that cars could just like explode like that.
Kablooey.
Don't say that. I don't know why that got me. I don't know why that's the sentence where I went, hey, quit it. Oh god.
Stop just saying scary things like that.
Whoa.
Explode.
Oh,
Kablooey.
oh,
Boom.
oh.
Tick tock.
That's fine. Actually, that's the scariest one.
Like a clock.
No!
So Roger breaks down. he doesn't catch on to the trick that Columbo's playing on him, and like we said, he fully breaks down. Everything spills all over the ground. The cigars are going everywhere. He's like trying to figure out which one's rigged so he can throw it out of the tram.
Just brush them all out. I was like, dude, if you're really that scared, just brush them all out. What the fuck is the problem?
No, but it's the beauty of his breakdown.
You gotta see him scramble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Him having the breakdown is enough to solidify to the other gentleman that, like, oh yeah, he's definitely guilty. It sucks that Columbo couldn't even keep some of the cigars.
It starts off like a very low-key panic attack, and it gradually gets worse and worse and worse till the other dude notices it as well, and it's just really well done.
Yeah.
And they even made it in on time. Shot this episode on time.
And the episode's on time.
That's
on
crazy.
Schedule.
We did it, gang. We got it on time.
Nothing gets done on time. It's wild.
Some things must. They must.
I guess, in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, that's right. I'm thinking about the grand scheme of things. I'm thinking about the scheme of the grand.
Uh-huh.
Ben, can you cut that one out? That wasn't a funny joke.
Nope, that one's staying in.
Damn it!
That's your punishment.
No!
For saying it.
No!
No!
Great breakdown. Love Roger. Yeah. Great episode.
Yeah, I think it's a fun one. I think it's kind of like a ramp up, to the finale.
I'm even a little surprised to hear that some people don't like it. Like that, I find it definitely on par with the other episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, there might have been a couple things, but like, I don't know. I still had a really great time. My disbelief was suspended, and I was buying everything, more or less.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, I think it's still a fun one overall, and I think what I like about seeing these for now, I don't know, this is like the third or fourth time I've seen this one. I think now, like, trying specifically during this watch, me trying to be like, okay, why does Takumi like this episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was all leaping out at me almost immediately.
Yeah,
right?
I get to see it.
The wacky breakdown, the Roger's, Roddy McDowell's performance as Roger. I latched onto all those things. I think also even just like the setting of the tram car going up the mountains, like,
yeah,
that
I can
feels
totally
like
see us being stuck in the tram car, getting tased by fucking Manfred von Karma.
Yeah, I mean, it reminded me a little bit of like some of the remote stuff that we have in Game 3, like when they're going up to the what do we call it? Where all the nuns are staying, in Khura'in kind of stuff up in the mountains.
That wasn't
which
you mean
ends up being the Khura'in village, not Khura'in, to be clear.
Got it, thank you.
Khura'in village. And because again, that has in a way now looped back around to being the same mountains where this would be filmed, essentially, right? The mountains of LA. because it had to be localized back to being into California, Japanifornia. So in a way, even though it wasn't really intended to be at first, it has now come back around to being, it's kind of the same place, just if you think about it.
They just don't make them like that anymore.
I gotta get some hamburgers.
It's such a beautiful creation.
I've got to get some hamburgers, and some ramen at the same shop. Like,
hey, real talk.
It's so good.
If I have the opportunity to get a hamburger versus a cheeseburger, I'm always going to go for a cheeseburger. I've actually would never get just a hamburger. Don't know why I had to really fight on that hill, but
that was really important to come out and
say. I don't even know if you needed to die on it, if I'm honest.
No, I get it. I'm done.
I mean, a cheeseburger is like a 99% of the time I want that on my burger.
Yeah.
There are a few other ingredients that, like, if you're going for a certain type of burger with the other ingredients on top, sometimes cheese might not work.
What the fuck are we talking about?
But no, 90% of the time.
What is going on.
It's the usual digressions that we have at the end of the episode. Do you want me to wrap it up? Should I call us off?
I'm so lost.
Des, you're normally in the like the degradation of our minds. Why are you?
My brain is my.
Des is locked in today.
Des, thank you for showing up today. Clearly, we did not.
I worked all day. I worked a full fucking shift. I'm the Joker, baby.
Nice to meet you, the Joker.
Stuff's happening at work.
You fell into some of the chemicals at this chemical plant. You came
fell
out the
into
Joker.
the chemicals of the chemical plant. I fell into some I can't talk about those legally chemicals.
Oh my god.
I remember at the top of this episode, I was like, alright, don't mention that you think that Roger would play a really good Joker. Don't mention that you think Roger would play a really good Joker.
Oh, he'd be a great Joker.
He'd be a great Joker. That's what I think the Joker should be, is like the weird prankster at the office.
Batman, but an office comedy.
God, I
workplace comedy Batman.
You said that, and
workplace comedy Batman's so fun.
Oh god, I wish I could divorce the context of like the show The Office and just enjoy that as you mentioned it to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess somebody did sort of come up with that already, huh?
True.
Damn.
All right, Ben, take us out of here.
All right, well then that'll do it for us this week, folks. Yeah, you can keep up with the show via our website, updatedautopsy.report, which has links to all of our social media accounts and everything else that we do, including our YouTube channel, which features Let's Plays and some other fun videos, which is at youtube.com/@Yotsuben. You can follow me on Blue Sky at Yotsuben. Dessy, where can people find you?
Dessy on Blue Sky, under mountains and mountains of robots kissing.
And Tiago.
You can find me at It's Tiago Time on Blue Sky. I have not changed any of my other socials to that, but like, I don't know, man. There's not a lot of Tiago douchers on here doing nerd shit. So if you find me on the internet, I just have my full govy out. I normally do. That's a good point. I'm done talking.
Here's the thing. It's on all the previous episodes.
I know, exactly.
So we can take that back.
I know, exactly, right? So I just have to...
You say I'm done talking like you're like, over.
Yeah.
All right.
Over. Rose, how about you?
Over.
Rose, you can find me at Rose Nonsense on Blue Sky, although it's getting a little too,
I know, right?
It's starting to smell like neoliberal in here, so...
Oh my god, I know, it's
see.
Like... There's no such thing as a good living website. The only good websites are dead.
There's no good websites, so that's where I still am. You can come check out just whatever the fuck it is I'm doing. I don't know. I'm working on some. I'm doing some art. I'm painting again. I'm doing some commissions for a friend. I'm so happy with them. And by the time this comes out, I'll probably have sent them to her. So, maybe I'll get to see them if you come to my Blue Sky and you can play Fall in London with me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Come hang out with me. Bye.
Yeah. So find us here, right? This is where we are. You know?
I'm nowhere else. Don't come to the museum.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody. We do hope you'll rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast platform. If you write a nice review on Apple Podcasts, especially if it's 5 stars, I'll read it on the air. So you can get your message read on the air by writing us a nice 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Next time, we will be reading the first 2 parts of Ellery Queen's The Roman Hat Mystery.
Ooh.
We read Alice Arisugawa's The Moai Island Puzzle, and I said, you know what? We gotta touch on Ellery Queen next, because that is foundational to Arisugawa's work. Tiago said he wanted more of that, and since we're kind of working our way around some of these Shin Honkaku mysteries, I thought, well, let's get a little side detour into the inspiration for this. So we're going to read the Roman Hat Mystery. It's divided up into 4 chunks. It has 4 parts for that novel. So we're going to read the first 2 for next episode and do the next 2 after that. So again, that's Ellery Queen's The Roman Hat Mystery. This is the first ever mystery novel that features the character Ellery Queen and is also written by Ellery Queen, which is a pseudonym for 2 cousins who wrote together. So
2 Cousins Pizza?
Yep. So that is what we'll be doing next time. So thank you everybody for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye.
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 Damn, I feel deranged.
I've had a day.
I don't even know.
Such a day.
I don't know why I started to lose my mind near the end, but at the end I was like, I think I'm just gonna go silly, go crazy, go stupid.
Go a little crazy.
It's fine. I'm gonna stop my recording now.
I'm gonna keep my recording until my computer either dies or I die.